Welcome everyone that's watching us right now. Welcome to another episode of the Present Show with Lele and Martin. We have a very special guest today, all the way from Beijing, China, with us, Martin Zheng. Martin, can you please remind me your Chinese name?
Zheng IBMer.
So when did your journey begin? What got you into mindfulness?
Okay, and I will ask you the same question. And yes, I set up the name as Mindfulness Journey. I started journey from 2017, and at the first beginning, I got the name of Zheng Yan in my psychological courses. So the member there got to know mindfulness can help a lot of persons, especially for depression, and which is my learning focus or target topics. So with the interest, I joined the session, and after experience 4 days training, I really changed a lot. I found sometimes we know a lot, but it's not that easy to practice. And after experience a lot, many persons start to realize mindfulness is really important, not only for the job, but also for the life. And we can practice and we can benefit from it.
So I have been always like a fascinated student of what is consciousness for human beings. And in this mindfulness gives me a way to observe an aspect that we don't observe usually, right? So also from that perspective, I find a lot of benefits.
How often do we really learn our consciousness? Do we observe our consciousness? Do we take time to understand the inner workings that Lele is talking about? I don't know if you could shed some light into this.
I realize mindfulness cannot change the fact. We can change the way you see the connection, as you said, BBN said. The connection is the way you change. You change the perspective. You change the perception. But the fact is the fact. It doesn't change. Doesn't mean you cannot be angry. You cannot be maybe sometimes not that professional. So you are really human being. Accept what you are. I use a kindness to others, to my client, to my team member, and to my boss, to my colleagues. No, oh my gosh, I'm so mean to myself. From the practice of mindfulness, I found, yes, you need to take care of yourself at the first step. Then when you are strong enough, you have the capability, you have the capacity to take care of a lot of, you can take more people. This is a basic, this is a foundation. And I get to know what is most important.
When, self-compassion is much more effective than self-esteem, right? How do you practice mindfulness?
I use more informal way to practice. I think informal way to be more effective because it can be covered. It can cover all the things in every moment, even you are angry, and even you are in the bad mood, and even in your happy mood, happy moment, maybe every moment, even during a meeting. As well, I use some formal practices. I like the body scan very much. Sometimes when I feel stressed very much, I use it formally and take about 1 hour. During the common days, maybe only 5 to 15 minutes. So I don't want to force myself to do the practice. So I often ask myself, Martin, are you breathing? Martin, are you really breathing? So what's your feeling now? What's your feeling now? So I use this kind of self-coaching question to check with myself and to increase my self-awareness.
The trend sort of in mindfulness was go inside yourself, right? Focus on yourself, practice on yourself, do everything for the self, right? which has a lot of benefits, right? Don't get me wrong. We are social creatures. We are spending most of our times with other people, right? With family, friends, colleagues, etc. So how can you start practicing more with others, right? With all sorts of other people that you quarrel with and that you have good relationships with. And this is where the informal practice is very beneficial, right? Like you're saying, how can I let go of things, right? Have less of an ego when I'm with others, listen more, breathe more, connect with them on that level. There's always opportunities to practice like that. Of course, if you have time, right? If you're overstressed or you're feeling bad, or you just want to explore something of your own consciousness, then take a few minutes right throughout your day and do a technique for that.